Okay, so ways that we can increase that. So if you've not, this is the first time that you've watched this series of videos on general levels of reinforcement, please watch the introduction and the benevolent dictatorship video. This was inspired by a conversation I had with my colleague Erica Lesser, who is in Rhode Island, and it's Cooperation Canine is her business, and if you can go and look at her content on Facebook, so she's got some really nice stuff on there. And we were having this conversation. So very often what will happen is that I will go, or we will go and work with clients, and the dog has been newly adopted, or the owners are doing the best that they can with the information that they know, and it's not a benevolent dictatorship. Okay, what it is a dictatorship. So the dog is has got no clue what to do, no idea what's expected from them, and they don't know what behaviours access reinforcement. Okay, so what they have to do is they then try and guess, and they work it out on their own. And very often with that, is that they will learn that the bad behaviours that we deem to be bad are behaviours which access reinforcement. So jumping up on the counter, barking for attention, barking when somebody comes to the door, pulling on the lead, and so on and so on. So we've got all these behaviours. Now the behaviour's not that, as far as it from a behaviourism point of view, the behaviour is just, my arm's getting tired, so I'm going to put this out a little bit. It's from a behavioural point of view, the behaviour is just the vehicle to access the reinforcement. Okay, so we're trying to gain or access outcomes. That's what we're trying to do when we are when we're behaving. It's the outcome that is important. Okay, so ways that we can increase the dog's overall level of reinforcement. Now the reason why we do this is so that we're providing throughout the day the reinforcement that the dog is behaving badly to achieve, but we are picking our opportunities when the dog is behaving well, okay, to provide that reinforcement. And if we're conscious about doing this, and we do this over and over again, the dog will learn that those are the behaviours which access reinforcement. We're also making conscious efforts to provide reinforcement throughout the dog's life, and as I said in the introduction, the dog will now become happier and more settled as a direct result of that, okay, and the behaviour will improve because the dog is not stressed. So the more that we can improve general levels of reinforcement throughout our dog's daily life or weekly life, the lower the stress will be. Okay, so that's spot on, that's what we're looking for. All right, so one of the ways that we can do that really easily is use a longer lead, okay, and slower walk down. All right, so the longer lead allows the dog freedom to move under control. So the leash that I use, or the lead that I use with Logan, is 8 feet long, which is 230, I think, or thereabouts in metric. So 8 feet long, okay, and I handle that lead well so that he is able to move in and out with to the full range of that leash. There's a really nice blog post which was written last week that Karen Pryor Academy trainer Kiki Yablon, and it's K-I-K-I, and Yablon is Y-A-B-L-O-N. So Kiki Yablon wrote this really nice blog piece on letting the dog out on a longer lead. Okay, so by letting the dog out on a longer lead and slowing down our pace, dogs now get more freedom to move, which is reinforcing, and more access to smells, which is also reinforcing. We're also slowing the dog down, so we're encouraging the dog to then sniff more. Okay, so we've got various ways that we can increase the dog's reinforcement levels really quickly just by slowing down and putting a longer lead on the dog. Okay, and this is the first thing that I will do when I'm working with clients for the vast majority of outside behaviours, whether it's recall, loose lead walking, or behaviour around dogs and people. Okay, and like general anxiety or general bad behaviour. Okay, give a dog a longer lead and slow down. Okay, allows the dog to make assessments. Okay, so those are things that we can do really easily, really quickly, to increase the dog's overall level of reinforcement that they have on a daily or weekly basis. All right, and catch us next time.